The invisible strings. Why you feel broke even when you earn more. You wake up, you work, you grind, you wait for Friday, and then it hits. Your paycheck. For about 12 seconds. Before taxes slice it, before rent claims it, before subscriptions you forgot about quietly nibble at it, before inflation steals from it in the background. You worked 40, maybe 50 hours, and somehow it feels like you never actually touched your money. That's the modern ritual. Work hard, get paid, feel broke. And the strange part? Even when you earn more, you still feel behind. It's not laziness, it's not stupidity, it's something much more subtle. You're being pulled by invisible strings, and today we're cutting them. The first string is lifestyle creep. Here's how it works. You get a raise, you tell yourself, finally, I can breathe. And for a moment, you can. Then the upgrades begin. A better apartment, a nicer car, more dinners out, a slightly more expensive version of everything. Your income rises, and almost magically, your expenses rise to meet it perfectly. You're not irresponsible, you're not reckless, you just improved your standard of living. But here's the trap. Your life upgrades faster than your assets, and now you're locked into a more expensive version of the same cage. It looks better, it feels better, but it still owns your time. That's the beautiful financial prison, comfortable, polished, and quietly expensive. Comfort is one of the most costly addictions in modern life. Think about the burrito regret effect. You're starving, you buy the $15 burrito. In the moment, it feels worth it. 2 hours later, you barely remember it. That's temporary pleasure with permanent money gone. Now multiply that by the upgraded SUV, the luxury apartment, the daily food delivery, the I deserve this purchases. Individually, they feel harmless. Collectively, they own you. Now let's meet the second string, inflation. Inflation is the slow erosion of your purchasing power. It doesn't scream, it doesn't panic, it just quietly eats. At around 3% annual inflation, your money loses significant purchasing power over time. Doing nothing isn't neutral, it's negative. Keeping all your money in cash feels safe, but long-term, cash can be one of the riskiest positions you hold, because inflation taxes your savings every single year without sending you a bill. Now combine that with lifestyle creep. Your expenses rise, your money's value falls. You're running faster on a treadmill that's slowly speeding up. No wonder you're exhausted. Now let's talk about debt. Most people were told debt is bad. That's incomplete. There are two kinds of debt. Poor debt buys comfort. It buys consumption. It buys status. It buys things that go down in value. Credit card debt for vacations, car loans for cars you can't afford, financing lifestyle upgrades. Poor debt steals from your future to impress the present. It makes you feel rich while making you poorer. Then there's rich debt. Rich debt buys leverage. It buys assets. It buys businesses. It buys tools that generate income. Rich debt is strategic. It's using borrowed money to acquire something that pays you back more than it costs. One makes you a consumer. The other makes you an owner. Poor debt buys comfort. Rich debt buys freedom. And freedom is the real goal. Now here's the cheat code most people ignore. Compound interest. Compound interest is when your money makes money, and that money makes money, and that money makes money. At first it looks boring, small, slow, unimpressive, but over time it becomes unstoppable. This is the opposite of the burrito regret. Instead of temporary pleasure and permanent loss, it's temporary discipline and exponential gain.
Most people quit because the early stages feel insignificant, but compounding rewards patience and punishes impatience. When you invest consistently over years, not weeks, something changes. You stop trading time for money. Your money starts working shifts for you, while you sleep, while you relax, while you live. That's the real flex. So why do you still feel broke? Because lifestyle creep eats your raises, inflation erodes your savings, poor debt steals from your future, and nobody taught you how to build assets. You weren't trained to own, you were trained to earn, to become efficient labor, a reliable employee, a professional desk ornament. But here's the empowering truth. Nothing is wrong with you. You inherited a script, and scripts can be rewritten. Real wealth isn't about flexing. It's not about watches. It's not about cars. It's not about looking rich. It's about owning your time. Every asset that produces income buys back a piece of your life. Every investment that compounds reduces your future dependence on a paycheck. Every disciplined decision cuts another invisible string. You don't need to escape overnight. You just need to stop tightening the cage. Here's a simple reset. When your income increases, don't immediately upgrade your lifestyle. Direct raises towards assets first. Avoid poor debt like quicksand. Learn leverage before you use it. Invest consistently even if the amount feels small. Freedom isn't dramatic. It's repetitive. It's boring. It's disciplined. But it works. You are not broke because you don't work hard. You feel broke because invisible systems were quietly working harder than you. But once you see the strings, you can cut them. Stop being a desk ornament. Start being an owner. Stop buying comfort. Start buying leverage. Stop spending every raise. Start compounding every raise. And most importantly, start buying back your time. Because in the end, time is the only asset that actually matters.